that were made by the various agencies. But I know that at some point, again, IEBC stepped out of that framework for some reason. I think it was a good initiative that can still be tried. The reasons as to why IEBC stepped out of that framework are not so clear to me at this point in time. But I've always believed that when things are done in a consultative way, through a cooperative framework, they tend to just work better in terms of people understanding that this support needs to be given so as to avoid delays, so as to hinder the processes of the commission. On the issue of staff playing partisan roles in the electoral process, that's very unfortunate. I think you have to be able to disrupt certain formations within the commission. There's a way in which staff can be taken through. They can be taken through processes that can help their mindsets, but again, it shouldn't be too. Certain administrative interventions can be made to make sure that it's difficult for staff to do to carry out their activities, their duties in a partisan manner. For example, if someone was expecting to go and oversee the elections in Nakuru and last minute they're taken to Kajiado, then they will maybe not be able to do what they had planned to do. So there are certain administrative interventions that can be put in place to just make sure that we minimize on the mischief, if any has been planned. But I'm sure with a team we'll be able to discuss and just see what else is possible to be done, so that people are just following the regulations, the rules. I know what we did in the judiciary for most of the things, because when I went there, I found that there were no standard operating procedures, there were no manuals, so we had to prepare a lot of manuals that everybody had to stick to. Everyone had to stick to, so that then everything is done in the correct manner. Again, technology can help, because when the system is secure, then there's some of the mischief that can be prevented from taking place, even if the human nature wanted to, interfere with the process.
Lastly, and related to the multi-agency team, which I think I attended one of the meetings at Safari Park.
Yes.
If in that process of having a multi-agency team, some stakeholders, you observe that some stakeholders could be pushing for an agenda that is contrary to the mandate of IEBC, what would you do?
The IEBC would have no choice but to stick to what is right. And maybe if the agenda is then contrary to the principles that IEBC is expected to follow, then maybe that is the reason that what happened last time did happen. It might get to a level where you have to step out if it is not serving the interests of the nation, if it is not serving the interests and the objectives of the commission. Yeah.
Thank you very much. The media might just call you the disruptor of IEBC if you got this position, and so thank you for those answers. I want to ask Professor to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Madam Anna Madi, I see from your CV that you have also done a lot in FIDA and gender-related matters.
Yes.
And therefore I believe that globally you follow advancement of women issues and the gender issues. So my first question to you on that is, which African country recently elected its first female president?
I see her. Namibia.
Okay, proceed.
The Senate represents counties, and we have 47 counties, but we also, in terms of the number of senators, we have 67. How do you explain the extra 20 as per the Constitution and Elections, IEBC and Elections Act?
The extra 20. Those would be the special seats. For women, for persons with disabilities, for the marginalized, those special interest groups. And they come in through party lists which are submitted to the IEBC, and those party lists cannot be changed, they're final. And so the parties are assigned the nominated seats based on a pro rata basis. So that is how the 20 come in. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Madam Ahmadi, you are aware that by law we are required to ask for public participation.
Yes.
On the candidates that we shortlist, but also to do some due diligence around them.
True.
One of this matter that has been brought to your attention is a matter through a memorandum dated 19th of March 2025 by an individual who says that he's a citizen of Kenya, and he claims in his memoranda the following. Alleges that during your tenure as the registrar to the judiciary and also as secretary to the Judicial Service Commission, you failed to comply with express court orders and or the directions in matters in which the commission was directly involved. So the rule of law. Number B, the petitioner claims that in the case 34, petition 34 of 2014, in which JSC was directed to publicize procedures for all its, let me just use my glasses, for all its disciplinary and investigative processes within 90 days of the judgment. He claims that you did not comply with that judgment. C, the petitioner cites the case of the Republic versus Salaries and Remuneration Commission and two others, civil application number 58 of 2020, in which the court ordered payment of backdated salaries to the judges to be refunded, which you disobeyed. Number D, it says that maybe I should ask the Vice Chair to pick up number D and E, kindly, just to clarify and put the questions to you.
Thank you, Chair. It's just a continuation, Honorable Ahmadi.
Yes.
That the memorandum also states that it was alleged that you should not take a lead role in IEBC, now given your past work record according to his memoranda.
Yes.
And also that he requests the panel to indulge you on how during your tenure you assisted the judiciary in handling rampant corruption complaints within the judiciary. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chair. I saw the petition last night, so I didn't have an opportunity to engage with it thoroughly and to give a comprehensive response. But nonetheless, I will say this, that the decision that whoever the complainant is talking about related to judges' salaries, salaries of judges are not paid by the judiciary. They are a direct charge to the consolidated fund. So that when a decision like that is made, then my role is to communicate to the National Treasury for effect, which I did. And if I had had an opportunity, then I would have found a way of getting the material to respond. But I did comply, and so it is the executive that pays the judges directly. The chief registrar only pays the magistrates and the staff. So the rule of law was followed. Then the one on...
So did you advise the
National Treasury?
Yes.
Yes, we did advise the National Treasury, and I think the SRC as well, because it had a huge budgetary implication. Then the one that, what is it? The one on corruption cases, I think I had responded partly when panelist Bor, sorry, I hope that I got the name right, asked me about my case. We had a very comprehensive framework for dealing with cases of this nature. We even had cases where, I'll give an example of a case where a magistrate was actually arrested and charged for corruption, and the case went on and she was acquitted, but the JAC still let her go, because JAC was of the view that yes, the court has acquitted you, but from the evidence that we have, we can see that there is clear misconduct. So it is not correct that we did not deal with corruption cases. There was a day that we lost 5 magistrates in one day for these kinds of malpractices. So it is not correct that we did not handle those cases. We did. The challenge, as I said earlier, is that a lot of allegations are made with very little evidence, if any. So when there is no evidence, then it's a bit difficult to deal with it conclusively. You can deal with it by way of engaging the individual, but where there is evidence, the Commission has been very strict in addressing this issue. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. We apologize that you got this last night. The memoranda came to us on the 19th, which is a few days ago. If you can be able to help the Secretariat with some of that material you have mentioned, just to be able to confirm your response.
Yes, I will try, because I'm not in the judiciary anymore. So it means asking someone to help me retrieve that. I will make the attempt nonetheless. And maybe you can give me the timeline within which that should be done, so that if I'm able to get the material, then I'll be able to respond more comprehensively.
Do that in the course of this week.
Okay.
Yeah, today is Monday, so if you do that by Friday, it will be okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes. Allow me to thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And to just say that we have enjoyed interacting with you. We have learned a lot about your work in the past, the judiciary, your work with FIDA, your community engagement, and we are grateful to the responses you have given to us. I'd like to ask you if you have any question for us, so that we can be able to respond, if at all.
Mine is just to wish you well. It's a challenging process, very daunting, but you have what it takes. So I just want to wish you well and to thank you so much for having me. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. You have a bottle of water before you. Feel free to take it with you. Ensure that you have your certificates and your documents so that you don't leave them with us. And if there's anything else that we can do, the Secretariat will be at hand to attend to you. Otherwise, these members have enjoyed interacting with you.
Thank you very much.
And we wish you well.
Thank you.
Asante. Shukran. Yes, notebook. You can take your notebook. Thank you. So media, I can see some of you very keen fixing your camera on our documents. The documents are not for public consumption. So please take some judicial control so that we are not exposing them to the public. It's the interview, not the documents. At this point, I want to ask you to, again, give us some time. Please, we thank you for doing this for us. Give us some time so that we can finish our processes together. Please do so quickly. So turn off, please turn off. Don't leave your mics on. Just turn off your cameras, your mics.
I never heard the music so sweet. I repeat.
Well, go on, me brethren, big things are going. Remember, each and every Monday we have to shell down the place with nothing but the best of smooth way the vibes in your favorite station. You know these things.
Alafu kila Tuesday, kata simu tupo side giving you Kenyan music from the 254.
This week on Twende, get ready for an unforgettable adventure.
This is actually the first time twice, but
We take you to some of the most breathtaking views in Kenya. Discover the largest lake in central Kenya. And that's not all. We tell you how this tree holds a special place in the hearts of the people of Moroai village.